Wyverns and Weirdos Curse of Strahd is a horror-themed campaign, and as such contains dark themes, including descriptions of gore, violence, and other features intrinsic to the gothic horror genre. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wyverns and Weirdos Curse of Strahd. I'm your Dungeon Master, Darby, and as usual, I am joined by Zoe, playing Sevia, Emily, playing Beatrice, Laura, playing Conrad, Mitch, playing Kazir, and Johanna, playing Fall. So without further ado, let's jump into Curse of Strahd. And welcome back. So, where we last left the party, Beatrice and Conrad had gone off to try to catch Ismark at home. And while Ismark wasn't home yet, they met his sister, Irina, and got some more information about what has been threatening her. In the meantime, Sevia, Fall, and Kazir got on the bad side of the local mercantile, whose nephew beat Fall's ass.
Stabbed me in the shoulder.
Yep. Before they basically left the store, tails between their legs. Probably literally in Fall's case, at least. So let's start by jumping back to Conrad and Beatrice. So at around about this point, Ismark returns to the mansion and says, you've gotten back here already. Are your friends here as well, or is it just you two so far?
It's just us for now. We wanted a little more information.
Yes, precisely. Well, the brains of the outfit, I suppose. So, it's scoping out information is what we do best, or dealing with situations.
Of course. What information do you need?
Well, we've been...
Well, your sister has already told us about the creatures that have been attacking the house at night.
Yes, the wolves and the servants of Strahd.
Yes, sounds quite disgusting. She was specifying things like, Irina, you were specifying things like rotting people.
Yes.
And other beasts. Definitely sounds quite harrowing. And he looks around at the the surroundings. Like, you can certainly see the toll it's had on the mansion.
Yes.
Sounds quite fearsome.
So,
well,
is there anything else you need to know, or have you reached a decision?
Well, may I speak with you in private, Ismark?
Of course.
We step aside.
Yeah.
First point. Irina doesn't seem to want to leave for the establishment, the church, at this stage. She's more concerned about burying your father, who is still present in this household. And doesn't seem like she would like to actually leave before that's kind of taken care of. She was saying something about the local church here. Is that...
yes,
I'm assuming just burying him in the garden isn't really going to cut it. Sorry, again, I know you're...
Yes,
my regard, respects and everything.
We will need to take him to the church. I would have done it earlier, but unfortunately, I have no one to assist me in taking the coffin.
Well, yes.
If you or one of your friends would be able to help me take it up, I am sure that we could get that sorted this evening and by this evening and head off in the morning.
Yes, I think heading off in the morning does sound like the best kind of mode of attack. So, of course, presuming everything is fine in the evening, of course,
Yes.
and that everyone is still in one piece by then.
And we have some old servants and guards' quarters that you can stay in if you would like.
I'll confer with Beatrice and perhaps the others. He again looks around at like how shitty the mansion is, and like all the boarded up windows, and like, yes, I'll get back to you on that one. I must be honest, little bit the danger level versus the payoff is a little skew-iff, shall we say. Certainly sounds like a lot of people have died in attempts to fend off Strahd and all that.
Yes, I understand your hesitance on that front, but I assure you, my sister's safety is of the utmost importance. I will see what I can do and see what I can put aside to help to compensate you.
He looks back over at Beatrice. Well, I'm sure, yes, negotiating payment will be very helpful for us both, of course, right, Beatrice?
Yes, I'm sure.
But yes, and I assume you're capable of some kind of combat yourself, Ismark?
Yes, I am good with a. I am good with a long sword, and I have a long sword and a short sword, and a heavy crossbow that I can take with me.
Okay, certainly quite well armed. Interesting. Good to know. Good. Okay. So relatively capable.
Yes. I like
alright.
to think so. Anyway.
Good. Okay. Well, and he like turns back fully, so with Beatrice and everything as well. Like, well, Beatrice, what are your thoughts on all of this? Risk versus reward, worth it?
I believe it may be worth it.
Yes, I think we do not have a great deal of allies in this land so far. It would be good for us to help you both, I would say.
Yes.
Well,
I do think we should ask the others.
oh, yes, well, I suppose they're probably still sitting there in the tavern drinking the 8 glasses of wine that I accidentally paid for. Certainly, yes, we shall confer, but I would say tentatively we can shake on this, Ismark. He again holds his hand out.
And again, he returns the gesture and shakes your hand.
Cool.
So,
Excellent.
Meanwhile, back with the others in the town square, Kazir, Fall, and Sevia having just left the mercantile. What are you doing?
Paul has his hand gripping his shoulder, and his face is just very like pained grimace, trying to hide it. It's hobbling along.
Are we heading towards like any kind of? Are we heading like back to the tavern? Are we heading back to the building? Like to a building, or are we just in the? regardless, Sevia is going to like run over to Fall and like try and like help apply pressure to the stab wound, and then she's going to look up and go, Kizia, can you have a look at this?
It's fine.
I look over at the two of them after like striding ahead a few paces. What the hell was that?
What? I didn't mean for that to happen. I mean, surely you understand that.
What did you think was going to happen? You're just going to walk into a shop, and if you're not comfortable with whatever they're trying to offer, you're just like, oh, well, we'll just try and steal something and yell at them, and then you go and attack them with your lightning.
He was disrespecting me first. Honestly, I think it was perfectly reasonable for me to yell back, and I am not responsible for what Fall tried to do, although honestly he was trying to steal from us first with those prices. And the lightning, honestly, everything in there was wood. It's not like I could cast anything fire-based.
Sorry, that was... I did a really, really bad job of that one.
It's pretty poor judgment. Is there like a park bench or something? If we're in the middle of town or something or other,
no, it's fairly open.
All right.
Square.
Come here, and I like gesture fairly aggressively to Fall, and I start like rummaging through my backpack for my medicine kit.
Okay, Fall goes over to you, but his face is very serious and blank.
Sevia is going to follow like a couple steps behind, but she figures she's kind of the brunt of this aggression right now. She's going to be a couple steps back.
I inspect the wound. Is there anything like super life-threatening about it?
Roll me a medicine check.
Oh, I should have been ready for this. Dice are a thing. Who would have thought in D&D we'd need dice? That is an okay roll. I think medicine I'm good at. So that's a 15.
There doesn't seem to be anything like wrong with it. Like it's a wound, but it's
like
not,
I could bleed out if I didn't do anything.
Yeah. All right.
Fine.
That's cool. Yeah. Then I'm gonna, get my medicine kit, and I'm gonna start to like sterilize it and wrap bandages on it, just as standing in the middle of the street.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to like staunch the bleeding, and
the whole time just like shaking my head.
Fool's just standing very awkwardly. And they're like, see, this is why I shouldn't be going on any missions or anything. I'm not cut out for it. I'm not stealthy. I'm not smart. This is what's going to happen if I have to go and protect someone.
Well, protecting someone's a little different from trying to steal from them.
Stealing is protecting myself, really. And Sevia? Sometimes you just have to do things if you want to live.
This ain't a question of living or dying. This is a question of that man over there. Yeah, he seems like a bit of an asshole, but that doesn't matter. We have an option walking into his shop, whether we want to buy something or we don't. And we're well within our rights to go, you know what? I don't like your prices. I'm going somewhere else.
I haven't seen any.
Walk out of that shop and we don't buy anything, are we going to die?
If we never buy anything, yes.
You're not thinking about this the right way. Now, stand still, and I keep rapping. Maybe a little bit tighter than I should, but, it's there.
Okay.
Yep.
Look. False. You can turn that disappointed look on me all you want, but Fall is right. In a lot of situations, sometimes, yes, little things are life and death. I can acknowledge that maybe this was not one of those situations, but you can't begrudge their logic. They were cold last night. They were freezing. They could have died from the cold if it weren't for the fire. It is not their fault that they have had to survive like this. If you're going to blame anyone, then blame me for yelling at him at least. Don't take it out on them.
Oh, you're getting some of the blame. Don't you worry about that. So last night, let's do a quick head count. Fall, you were cold. Is that right?
Yes.
What'd you get from your friends to stop that cold?
I got a coat.
There you go. Sevia, you were cold last night.
Yes.
What'd you get from your friends to help you stop that cold?
Well, for 2 hours, I got a blanket.
There you go. Friends help each other. Sure, we might not have everything that we need right now, but you woke up this morning. You didn't die. We had a fire because your friends made a fire. We had food because your friends helped food. You had a blanket for a bit because your friends had blankets. We don't have to go around trying to steal things. We can do things the right way, the nice way. If that dude's an asshole, and he was, we just don't give him money. And maybe he'll learn from that. Maybe he won't. Doesn't matter. That's on him. What's on us is for us to be decent people. And we can't be decent people if we're just trying to take whatever we want. We don't want to sink to their level. I hold you guys to a higher standard. I've only known you for a couple of days, but you seem like nice enough people. So if I'm disappointed, it's only because I see better in you. Where the hell are the other two?
And it's at about this time that...
As they're walking up, Sevia is going to... She's had her arms crossed that whole time, kind of looking at the ground. She's going to dig through her bag because Kazia gave that guy all his money. So she is going to pull out 5 gold, kind of walk over to Kazia, put it in his hand, and she's going to be like, "You're right, and I apologize, but don't presume to know me and how good I am." And then she's going to turn around and be like, "So what did you two find out?"
Well, everyone's looking very cheerful here. What the hell happened to you for? Why are you being bandaged up? Goodness.
I tripped and fell on a spear.
That's very careless.
A lot more angry than usual.
Yeah. That's very careless. Well, we went to the we went to the mansion. Definitely a bit of a seen better days, that's for sure. And had a chat with Ismark and his sister. Definitely doesn't sound great personally. Lots of monsters and other things to that have been sort of apparently walk these streets at night. So very something to look forward to. Go on, chin up. Yes, yeah. It was interesting. Can say that. Oh, and they want us to help move a dead body or something to a church. Yes.
Oh, what?
A dead body. The dad.
Their father is still... He's in coffin, but he's in their main room.
Yes, that's it.
Oh.
And they need help taking the body to the church to be buried.
My favorite job. It just gets more and more fun.
I don't think you'll be doing much.
Oh yeah, that's a great excuse. Points at his shoulder.
Yes. Spear, you say? Interesting.
Yeah, they just leave them lying around on the streets these days.
Oh, yes. In fact, that does make sense. Well.
So there's a dead body that needs to be moved.
Yes, a dead body, precisely.
They put a time frame on that?
Preferably before the evening.
What time is it now?
It's probably around about 1-ish, maybe 1:30.
Oh, yeah.
Way earlier in the
Plenty
day
of
than
time.
I thought.
Yeah.
And
You guys got here probably around about 12-ish, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Got so much done in an hour, just, nearly got murdered, nearly got
Real
killed.
productive.
Started a huge fight. Yeah.
Yeah. We, scoped out the mercantile in the area.
Maybe getting close to 2 by this point.
And out of curiosity, changing prepared spells for a cleric, is that short rest or a long rest?
That is after a long rest.
Okay, yep, cool. No worries. Well,
Excellent.
that's something we can do tonight, I guess. Or earlier on in the evening. Anything else we need to do?
Well, if we're going to be assisting with helping his sister, then we'll probably leave first thing tomorrow morning. Provided they don't get murdered at night time, of course. They have offered lodgings there. Not sure if that's the best place to be, but I'm also not sure if the random monsters and all that and rotting people or whatever it was they were saying will attack just anyone around here. So who knows, really? But that's an option. They have a bath, apparently.
Oh, right.
It's an option we don't have to pay for.
Precisely.
That's a bonus. Do they have any medical aid there?
That's not really my area of expertise. They really only they don't have any servants or anything, if that's what you're asking, which is absolutely barbaric, but, I suppose that's what they have to do when you're being attacked by some undead monster or whatever it is. Have to make do sometimes.
So, basically, we can stay for free at a house, which is constantly attacked.
Yes.
Or
bit of a downside.
Go to the tavern and see if they have any rooms, but probably pay. And maybe be attacked.
Those seem to be the options, yes.
I mean, at least if we stay at the manor, we can get some idea of what we might face taking her to this abbey.
'Tis true. And they certainly seem to be happy to give information what they can, I suppose. So yes, I mean, given the surrounds and the dreary appearance of everywhere here, I suppose. Well, it's dangerous everywhere.
Say that again.
Yes, tripping and falling on a spear, absolutely. Wow. So he kind of leans jovially to Beatrice. They don't look very cheerful, do they? It's quite amusing.
I think there is more to this spear than they're telling.
Well, yes. Sorry. Do you think that they tried to murder each other while we were stepped out?
No, we're right here, right?
I'm not having a conversation with you right now, Kazir.
Fair enough. I go back to the tavern. Are our wines still there by any chance?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm going to sit down and pour myself a glass.
Okay. So, unless there's anything in particular people wanted to do, I think it's easy enough to cut to taking the coffin to the church.
If people do, I suppose.
One, we can assume that Sevia was very grumpy the entire time we were going back because she wanted to have a drink of wine, but she's not going where Kazir is right now. She's like, nah, I'm not getting yelled at again. But I can assume that all the way back to the manor, she was quite grumpy. But as soon as she caught even a whiff of wilting flowers, her whole spine just straightened up. And she asked to be shown to her room, and she has not gone near where the coffin is.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, she'll probably stay with Fall, but like she's not going anywhere near the coffin.
Yeah, Fall is going to basically follow Sevia and then just start sewing up his own wound.
Jesus. Kara comes back, he's like, to be honest, I thought that we were going, that they would be assisting. I was quite hoping because
roll me a medicine check for.
Oh god, I hope I do well.
Can I assist?
Yeah, so advantage.
Oh, I did well. All right. So that's a 22 or 6, so a 22.
Yeah. So yeah, you patch yourself up fine.
Nice.
So
Sevia stands there.
I'm like, can you give me some hot water? Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Kazir is going to finish his glass and then go over to the mansion.
Yeah, I was going to say, if
Dead
you
bodies
get
and
there,
stuff, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I suppose on the way there, because like I guess like we get to the mansion, Fall and Seaver instantly like, I'm going to a different room now. Bye. Kara's like, okay, because he didn't come along, so he's like, I'll be back, and he'll stomp off to not stomp off. He's like hurry off to like. So I suppose he will intercept you at some point.
I just noticed something.
To direct you to the
Conrad
mansion.
is legitimately the strongest person in this party.
Yeah, I know, it's really bad.
We're all weaklings.
Yeah. Yeah. That's insane. That's not good.
I'm literally an acrobat, but this like little noble man is stronger than me.
Yeah, I guess he's had some training.
That's fair.
As far as his response is Kazir, there you are. Good. I was wondering if you would come. Mansion's just down this way.
All right, lead the way.
Excellent, fantastic. So apparently they want to take the casket to this church thing, so we need assistance to carry it, and I'm definitely not doing it on my own. With the more the merrier, you know. I'm sure your assistance would be greatly appreciated by everyone.
Okay.
Sure thing. Take me
And
there.
besides, you get to do a good thing, so wouldn't that be nice? So that I assume this sort of thing is the sort of stuff you do all the time with your healing training.
I don't do things just because they're overtly good. I do things because they're right.
Isn't that the same thing?
Kazir grins and continues walking.
Right. So, who is going to aid Ismark in actually carrying the coffin?
Well, Kazir's going to ask whether he should help carry the coffin, or would a censer filled with incense at the front of the party be better?
I guess it wouldn't hurt, but it would be helpful to have as much help in carrying the coffin as possible.
He will help with the coffin then.
Beatrice will help with the coffin.
Okay.
Crow just kind of been standing there bossing people around, and he's like, "You're not. Why you're not? Why are you? Well, let's go on to the church then."
All right. So Conrad, Sevia, and Fall are not carrying the coffin. Beatrice, Kazir, and Ismark are.
Yeah. Well, Conrad's kind of just standing there like. If he's made to, he will.
My Beatrice is so small.
Sevia and Fall, are you following along to the church?
I feel like we wouldn't, but I'm worried that combat's gonna happen.
Sevia doesn't want to go anywhere near that dead body.
Yeah, Fall's not really a fan either.
So, is the sister going to the church? Or is she staying here?
The sister's going to stay. Arena's going to say.
All right.
Then we're going to. Well, Sevia is going to tell everyone she'd rather stay with the sister in case something happens.
But
she just doesn't want to be around the body.
Invalid here, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yes. Well, enjoy yourselves then. We'll be back soon.
Good.
So it takes about 4 or 5 minutes to take the coffin through town to reach the church. And you see atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Raven.
I was scared you're going to say the lid of the coffin.
I'm so nervous.
Stands a grey, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end, and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. As you approach the door, the heavy wooden doors of the church, you notice, are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire.
Or just kind of like raises his eyebrows at these and it's like, well, I'll pop the door open for you then.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. The church.
Yeah.
Really crappy church.
Yeah. So
Day.
the doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers. You can see that the chapel is strewn with debris, and you hear a soft voice from within reciting a prayer. Suddenly, the prayer is blotted out by an inhuman scream that rises up from beneath the wooden floor.
Cool. Eastmark, is that normal?
I do not know. I have heard whispers of this church of late, but who is to say?
Disconcerting. He'll kind of like press a little bit closer to you guys carrying the coffin as well.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah.
His ear is very on edge.
So I take it you follow through to the chapel?
Yeah.
All right.
Does the prayer at the back falter at all with the scream?
Not really.
Okay.
Okay.
As you enter the chapel, you see it is a shambles, with overturned and broken pews littering the dusty floor. Dozens of candles mounted in candlesticks and candelabras light every dusty corner in a fervent attempt to rid the chapel of shadows. At the far end of the church sits a claw-scarred altar, behind which kneels a priest in soiled vestments. Next to him hangs a long, thick rope that stretches up into the bell tower. Now, I will show you an image of the figure praying. It is a
Okay.
somewhat round man in priest's vestments, white, mostly white, with a kind of leather brown kind of vestment mantle around his shoulders. You notice now that you're a bit closer that his voice is the voice that you've heard praying, and it is very hoarse and weak at this point. You just hear him muttering to himself. But from beneath the chapel floor, you hear again a young man's voice crying out, "Father, I'm starving!"
Oh, I don't like that. Conrad kind of like leans closely to Ismark. Is like, so do we just drop the coffin off here and leave? Yes.
So Donovich, or the priest, stops his praying and stands up and turns around to greet. Hello. I take it you're here with the burgomaster's body, Ismark, and your new friends, I take it, strangers to these lands. Yes, Father. These are Beatrice, Conrad, and Kazir. What brings you to these lands, strangers?
Well, we're not really sure. We just sort of appeared here.
Yes.
We're not from here.
Basically it, yes.
Strange. Strange. But I thank you for bringing Collion's body to the church. Could you return at dawn and aid me in the burial? Then I will say his last rites and prayers to allow him past this land.
It would be an honor.
Yes, why not? An honor, yes. Absolutely.
Father!
I'm not the only one that's hearing that, am I? Sort of the voice coming from the floor. That's not just me, yes?
This is nothing to concern yourself about.
He kind of raises his eyebrows real high and then just kind of like wheels around to stare at Kazir and Beatrice and Eastmark like, okay.
This holy man, he's wearing all the, like, proper vestments and everything.
Yes.
Like, he seems legit.
He seems legit, yeah.
Okay, I trust him implicitly.
It happens sometimes, you know. Screaming comes from the floorboards.
Yeah, it's fine. Everyone has their reasons.
Yeah.
So Kazir is looking troubled with it, but he's not making any motions about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of just staring back at the air. That's again slightly just like, well.
They're just like, well, we
That's
don't
the
have time to unpack all this.
Yeah, it's a lot to unpack right now.
So throw out the whole suitcase.
Yeah.
Someone else's problem.
So what? You just place the coffin down and leave? Okay.
Place it in the assigned position,
Yeah.
and we strut home.
Okay.
I guess while we're leaving as well, I wanted to do like just a perception or investigation check just to see if I notice anything else.
Yeah. Roll me. It's your choice, perception or investigation.
Um.
You will get different results
Oh.
depending on your approach. So tell me what
investigation. So he's casually
investigation
kind of
check.
like like looking carefully, like I don't know, like running his fingers across like the side, the like I don't know, the wall while he's walking past, and like also just trying to see if he he notices anything. But I did only roll a 12, so
Okay. Yeah. You notice there seems to be investigating like the ground to an extent, like just tapping your foot along as you walk along.
yeah.
You notice that there's a hollowness to much of the floor with areas that suggest support pillars, suggesting that the church has some sort of basement or undercroft.
Yeah.
Where you would access this undercroft is not readily apparent. But the voice that you've been hearing has been coming from
Yeah. the
presumably
floorboards.
presumably somewhere in the basement or undercroft.
Okay. Cool. Well. Yeah.
And as you leave, you hear one final wail from
He turns to Kazir and Beach. Is like, okay, so he absolutely is keeping someone under the floorboards there. I mean, that was everyone heard that, right?
Yep.
Yes, we heard.
Okay, just wanted to check that we're all hearing that and all. Okay.
Just a way to survive in a horror movie, just be like, well, none of my business.
Bye.
There seems to be a lot of simoning and wailing in this town.
That is very true, I suppose. I suppose it's probably preferable instead of silence. Because that means that the issues have been taken care of permanently. Okay, well, interesting. You're totally fine with this, Mark?
Sorry. It is upsetting for sure, but it is. I have heard words that the father has gone insane, but.
Okay, well, that would also time
sounded-
with the trapping someone under the floorboards thing.
That
Well,
sounded
yes.
almost like his son down there. But that is impossible. Doru was one of the ones who went with the mage. He's supposed to be dead.
Okay. Interesting. In my knowledge, most cannot really survive death without incredible precautions after the fact. Interesting. Well, I suppose we all have our quirks, and it's so who are we to pry into family matters when we do not know, we cannot ascertain the level of importance and danger of the family. Yes. Well, excellent. Well, I suppose we delivered the coffin then. So
Yes. So, will you be staying with us tonight, or?
well, I would certainly like to make use of your bath if that's possible.
Of course. I don't believe they have rooms at the tavern. But there's. I don't know if you wanted to try. I wouldn't recommend it under normal circumstances, but I know there are a few houses that have been abandoned as an alternative if you did not wish to stay with us tonight.
I think we should probably check back in on the other two and your sister, and well, we can make decisions after that. But I would definitely like to make use of your bath.
Of course. And he leads you back to the mansion, and yeah. And yeah, so CV4, you two have been in the mansion, getting to know Arena, I take it?
Sevia, definitely. I assume all three of us maybe were just sitting in the same room under the guise of like, we'll protect you if anything happens. And then we all just sat awkwardly in different corners. And Sevia was like, in her big, heavy, decorated tome, she's been like going through it and like and just really studying in the book. And then eventually she keeps looking up at how do you say her name?
Arena?
Arena. She keeps looking at Arena as if like, should we have a conversation? And then remembering how the last time she had a conversation with someone went, and she's just kind of staying in her book, waiting to see if anyone else decides to talk.
That is fair. I think Fall is probably going to be quite uncomfortable as well. But eventually it's going to start asking Arena questions just about like what it's like, what this world is like, and what it's like living in the town.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just summarize like because it's been a little bit and a lot of it is kind of mostly
really
old information. So it's very. She tells you much of what she told Beatrice and Conrad earlier. She tells you that like life in Barovia is dismal at best and downright horrific at worst. And yeah.
Yeah, Fuller's definitely going to ask if there is a way to leave Barovia, and if not, does she know what it's like in Valaki?
She doesn't know what it's like in Valaki, but she says that, like, and there's no way that she knows of to leave.
Okay.
Although she's heard rumors that the Mointir have some sort of passage out.
Okay, just gonna like kind of fall into like a sullen silence and just like fiddle with his bracelet and fidget around a bit. Yep.
And eventually Beatrice, Conrad, Kazir, and Ismark return.
Good.
And Ismark will immediately like show you up to like where the bathroom is, Conrad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Conrad's moment is here.
All of us or just Conrad?
Just Conrad.
Like, is it a
Well,
Is it a
like
communal?
here's the question: is it like a bath is in like, there's a giant hole in the ground full of water and all of you can bathe at once, or is it like a bathtub?
Hot springs.
I'll say there's a tub. Like you have
Okay,
to.
so it's a one-person
Yeah.
bath. Okay,
You have-
cool.
I mean, it could be more than one person if you're very skilled.
It's not, there's no plumbing.
Team building exercise.
There's no plumbing, but there is like, you notice that it is situated above where on the ground floor the fireplace is. So there is like a way of like having water heated, and there is a bucket filled with water there that you can use to.
Conrad's looking like
warm up
quite
the water.
smugly like pleased when Ismark shows him up to the bathroom, and then when you see it's like literally just a bucket that you have to heat up and like do manual labor with to have a bath, and there's no plumbing. He's like, oh, it's very nice. Well, I suppose it will do. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Excellent. This will be good. Good.
Yes.
Thank you. I would like to have a bath now. Excellent.
And he leaves you to have your bath.
Cool.
And in the meantime, he'll give everyone else a tour of the mansion and show you where you'll be staying if you are intending to stay the night.
Excellent.
Again, are
Yes,
these
yeah.
individual rooms or a big room with pillows on the floor?
Somewhere in between, like there's
Share
there's
rooms.
There's two rooms, like one that seems to be set up more so for guards, that there's 4 beds in, and then another that's more servants' quarters, which has 6 beds in it. Both are fairly sparsely decorated. The main point of difference is that like there's specifically racks and stuff to place weapons and armor in the guards room, whereas there's only basic trunks in the servants' quarters. There are trunks in the guards' quarters as well, but yeah.
Whatever one looks the most derelict, that's the one that Kazir will go to.
Okay. Probably the servants' quarters.
Fits his aesthetic.
Just because he wants everyone else to have a better experience, that's all.
Oh, so honourable.
Well, see, I'm wondering, are we because there's 6 beds like in the servant quarters, so are we like all gonna sleep in one room? Are we doing like well, we can't even really do guys and girls because we have a non-binary pal and we have a bird.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
We have a bird.
We can choose the adults and the kids.
we could do the adults and the kids, which would just be you 2 in one room
Yeah.
and us
Right.
3 in
Okay.
another. Well, you know what? Sevia
You could
still
do
does not
those-
want to be in the same room alone as Kazir right now, so she's gonna go into the other room and like just kind of pick a bed and just kind of sit on it with her arms still crossed because she is aware that this is stupid, but she's committed.
Everyone's grumpy.
Paul will go along with Savia and do the same.
Okay.
Yeah,
Beatrice is in with Kazir.
Beatrice
Incredible.
follows Kazirin. Because there is something going on with those two.
And Conrad, when you return from your bath, which
Where'd everyone go?
Ismark repeats the tour to you as well, and allows you to choose between the two quarters.
Beatrice and Kazira like, get out. This is for adults.
This is the adults' room. Kids are in that one.
Children are over there.
I will like. That's the thing. Like, by nature of it being the guards' quarters are slightly better looking because it's got the armor rack in it.
Yeah.
There's nothing on the armor rack, but it's like this extra bit of furniture that the servants' quarters doesn't have.
It looks nice.
Conrad looks generally disgusted at the quality of both of these establishments. And he looks very like fresh-faced and like I don't know. He's spent a lot of time like getting clean. Looks very nice. His little, it looks like his hair's kind of like sticking to his face still as well. It looks very big-eyed, I guess, when he's like looking into both of these rooms. Like, okay, so these are the only sleeping arrangement options in your lovely manor. Yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay.
All we have to spare.
I suppose it's better than sleeping under a tree.
Of course.
Excellent. I suppose he's still carrying like those suitcases and crap, and he goes into the.
Oh yeah, Sevia's probably still got one of his suitcases.
Yeah, it's just a bag. Yeah.
All right. So for the sake of brevity, unless there's anything anyone wants to do, they do set up a simple meal for you, so you don't need to mark off any rations, perishable or otherwise. And yeah, it's up to you guys what time you want to hit the hay, knowing that you need to be up at dawn for the funeral service.
Yeah.
They need to be able to. When Conrad came in, Sevia very begrudgingly was like, "You look nice, Conrad."
He looks very uncomfortable. And like, I don't know. He probably does blush, I suppose. He's like, okay. Well, I'm clean, I suppose, so that's better than. Well, thank you. Yes.
You're welcome. You can pick a bed. It's not that different from university living, so what a fun adventure for you.
University living, yes. Public bedrooms. Excellent. Yes. He like very carefully picks like the bed the furthest away from Sevia and Fall.
Okay.
And then very, very studiously starts setting up all these things. Again, like constantly like, looking at the corner of his eye back at Fall and Sevia, like just keeping an eye on you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peeps.
Once we've had dinner, see, as a player, can I have multiple alarms set up at once?
You only can have one.
Is
I
it
think.
a concentration spell? That would be the
just the
key
one.
answer.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Okay, then Sevia, after dinner, is going to get, how do you say the man's name? Ismark. She's going to ask him to, what's the range?
It actually isn't concentration, and it doesn't say anything about any limits to how many you can have.
Oh, then
Okay,
So
it just
unless-
needs to be, each individual one needs to be like an area smaller than a 20-foot cube.
Yeah, it's
Which obviously this house is bigger than a 20-foot cube.
no, because if you're doing it at a door or a window, it does the whole area. The 20-foot cube, the way I'm reading it, the 20-foot cube is more so for a outdoor area or a subdivided area of a larger indoor area if you were to do it like that.
Yeah, well, basically after dinner, she's going to get out her little silver wire and she's going to take as much time as she needs to alarm as much of the house as she can, with specific focus on like their 2 rooms and the girls' room.
Okay.
So bad at names.
So you're specifically doing those ritually?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Is
Yeah, no, it's going to take her like 45 minutes, but she's doing it.
Yeah, it's
10 per cast.
Yeah.
If you do it by a ritual.
Yeah, I think strictly speaking 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So it's going to take her a hot minute, but
Yeah.
she's doing
Oh
it.
boy. All right.
Well, Paul will have a bath and he'll also wash Conrad's coat that he gave him, which has like a big hole in it and lots of blood.
Oh, he got stabbed. Yeah. Oh no, my beautiful coat.
Oof.
How could you do that?
I guess I assume he'd start mending it since he sewed up his wound before he's got
true.
thread, I guess.
Roll me a what would it be? Do
Mending
you have
check.
So it's just the dexterity check.
Okay.
Gotta have those nimble fingies.
Yay.
Interesting.
Sewing needle.
I kind of imagine Conrad's probably been like looking
Around
through
16.
after dinner. That he kind of like has
16.
a wander and
Yeah.
checks out. Like he probably like grabs one of the books. If they have any books in a bookshelf, he'll just grab one casually to swipe it to read.
Yeah.
I just imagine him stepping inside and his eyes fall onto Fall, who is sewing up his coat, and he just like the look on his face. he's so mad.
I mean,
Paul's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to get it damaged. It was in the way of me.
it's a decent patch job too that they've managed
nice.
on it, but it's still got like the obvious scarring of like this has been repaired.
Well, I suppose it's just my 4th best riding coat, so there's nothing wrong with that. I guess we'll just it is what it is.
I'm glad to hear it. It's not too much of a loss.
No, I'm sure I can get another one eventually, so it'll excellent. He kind of like just doesn't stomp over, hurriedly moves over to where his bed is, and when he does, he kind of like so he finally takes off his like huge cloak, his really heavy cloak. He's got very fine clothes on, and like he out of a little like pocket, he kind of crouches down around his bed, and kind of like he has some ball bearings, and he kind of like scatters them all around where his bed is.
Yep.
And then he kind of like hops onto his bed and has like puts his big suitcase there and pops it open, and like he'll take out like I don't know, like a candle and a tinder box, and he kind of like sets that up sort of next to his bed, and pops the books that he's kind of swiped down, and then gets out his little leather-bound book and starts and like kind of like hunched over so you guys can't see what he's doing. He just starts like doing a bit of writing.
Okay.
Again, like sometimes shooting glares over at Fall.
Beatrice has gone back to the guard room and has staked out her chosen bed and popped her daggers underneath the pillow, and has propped her longbow and arrows next to the bed within reach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's fair. Yeah, I will go without saying Clara has secreted both his rapier and his knives somewhere in the bed with him. Again, it's a bit hard to keep track, and even if you're watching him where he puts the knives, but yeah. Cool.
Azir
Alright.
sleeps in his armor.
What kind of armor are you wearing?
It's scale mail.
Yeah, so you
comfy.
might actually get exhaustion from that.
Ow.
Oh,
Let me double check that.
jeez.
Dang. I mean, it would be painful, I think. You just
true.
get sore muscles.
Trying to
Be
make a
very
point.
comfy.
Yeah.
He's trying to look cool.
I'm
at a
trying to
price,
be
you know.
protected.
Yeah.
That's
We're gonna
literally
inevitably
it.
get murdered in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I mean,
The house is
probably, it's
covered with
true.
scratch marks and burns, and like it's
Yeah,
constantly
it's not
bad.
great.
I'm not wasting 10 minutes trying to put my armor on.
So,
Yeah.
correction. Yeah, so sleeping in light armor has no adverse effect on the wearer, but sleeping in medium or heavy armor makes it difficult to recover fully during a long rest. When you finish a long rest during which you slept in medium or heavy armor, you regain only 1/4 of your spent hit dice, minimum of 1 die. If you have any levels of exhaustion, the rest doesn't reduce your exhaustion level. So it doesn't grant levels of exhaustion in and of itself.
That's fine.
So you could do that at the moment.
And I only had one. No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I'll do it. And just like throughout the night, maybe at like 2 o'clock in the morning, Beatrice will just hear clink, clink, clink. Ah,
Okay. Well, okay. So is there anything else people are doing before going to bed? And what time are people going to bed?
When
Early.
Sevia's like
Very early.
all done, she's gonna head back to the rooms. She's definitely gonna pause and she's gonna look at like the servants' quarters and be like, no. And then she's going to go into the. She's like, that's a tomorrow Sevia problem. She will be an adult tomorrow. But then when she goes into the night's room, I'm assuming Comrade is still like kind of hunched over, like not quite gone to sleep yet.
Yeah, he's still like, he's just, I don't know. He's probably still writing. I don't know. He's like, yep.
She is
Hunched
gonna.
over like a moody teen.
She's gonna pause. She's gonna breathe in really deeply. She's gonna breathe out really deeply. She's gonna walk over to Conrad. She's gonna stand like on the edge of where all the ball bearings are. And she's going to go, Conrad.
He looks up with like an eyebrow raised. Yes.
I just wanted to say that I feel like you and I got off on the wrong foot. And I wanted to apologize for anything I may have said to you that was said with irritation or frustration, or that may have been taken with offense. It's a distressing time for all of us, and I'm sure I don't need to tell you our backgrounds maybe don't lend themselves to us being friends. But I wanted to say that recently it has been brought to light that we need to try harder to look out for one another. So this is me apologizing and being an adult. So hopefully we can start anew and maybe be better friends.
Yes. Well, he looks quite uncomfortable. And kind of like draws like, because he's got all his possessions laid out in front of him, and kind of draws him a bit closer, like, well, that's very big of you to extend the olive branch, as it were. I'm sure we can all be very useful for each other. So, yes, I agree. There's no reason to have any kind of arguments, as it were. So, yes, very good of you. I'm sure I look forward to working together with all of my wonderful compatriots. Yes, thank you, Sevia.
You are welcome, Conrad.
Okay, he looks very, very guarded, I suppose.
She looks so awkward.
Fool's just there in the background, like,
Yeah, Paul's just there like, oh god.
I do not hear this awkward conversation. I do not hear
Then
it.
She's going, right, well, good. Enjoy your reading and writing. And she's going to turn on her heel. She's going to go to walk to her bed. She's going to walk past Fall, and she's just going to go, you should have more faith in yourself.
Thank you.
I think, if I can hold my own in a fight, then so can you. Anyway, good night. And then she's going to get into bed very quickly, like bundle all her hair up in her little silk scarf, and then she's going to lie down under the covers and just not make eye contact with anyone.
I love it. Fall just looks confused and just looks confused at Conrad.
And then
as well.
3 minutes later, you hear the sounds of her shoes actually leaving her feet, and she kind of kicks them out from under the bed.
Oh,
nice.
Oh, that's great. Everyone's having an awkward time. Great.
Everything's awkward in the kids' room.
Yeah.
Well, just going over to the adults' room real quick.
So,
Kazir
taxes?
Yeah. Kazir's getting ready for bed. He's going to look over at Beatrice and be like, hey, you got enough pillows over on your side?
Yeah.
All right, good night. And then he goes to bed.
Nice.
That's great. Checks out.
Beatrice just shrugs and goes to bed.
All right.
Pulls her hood over her face.
I'm assuming this is 8:30,
Yeah.
9
Not long
p.m.
after
at
dinner.
the latest.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably Conrad was out for a fair bit, but eventually let himself go to sleep as well.
Yeah.
So I imagine it'd be one of the latest.
Yeah, Sevia is not going to the dawn service, but she's going to bed early because she's used all her human connection for the day.
That's fair. Understandable.
So, around midnight, before anyone takes a long rest, you hear this loud explosion from the front of the mansion. And you hear the sound of roaring fire and splintered wood. Yep. Okay.
Cool.
Can I get everyone to roll for initiative? Just,
Oh my
just so we have an order of things here.
That was really bad.
Well, I guess I would have had gotten to take a short rest, at some point.
Yeah, so you can take a short rest, roll hit dice if you would like. Anything you get back on a short rest, you regain. Yes.
Sevia has a 5 for initiative.
Sevia is a 5.
Oh.
Beatrice has 16.
Okay.
And Zoe is real mad that there's a spell she didn't pick during her up.
Dirty 20 for Conrad.
Dirty 20.
11 for Fall.
And
And
Kazir.
11 for Kazir.
All right.
Nice.
The Conrad's probably still awake, I guess.
So Conrad, you won initiative.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, not good. It looks around like the others asleep. Fall and Severe asleep, or is it yeah?
I'd assume we've jolted awake, but I
Yeah,
also
that kind
assume
of
your
weird.
reaction time
Yeah.
is the fastest because we're not used to this.
Yeah. All right. I guess. So for a few seconds, Conrad looks in his possessions, and then kind of fluidly grabs his rapier, and then kind of very carefully, suddenly very very nimble, carefully, but goes around past the ball bearings and kind of starts to creep out of the room as well.
Okay.
And again, if he's going on tables or crap, that's what he's doing, the quietest possible.
Yeah.
But fastest possible point of exit.
So yeah, you can you can get about 90 feet out in a range.
Yeah, and I am
if you're doing
stealthing.
nothing but moving.
I'm
Okay.
stealthing.
So in that case, it's 45 feet, and you need to roll me a stealth check.
Yep. 18, and it's hang on, maths. It's +8, so yeah, 27. 27.
Okay, so you managed to keep to the shadows, and as far as you can tell, you can't feel it doesn't feel like anything is staring at you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be investigating. as he's leaving, he casts like a really quick glance at the other two, and then it's instantly out there.
What is? Ooh, let's see. Okay, so where you get to, you get to like the main reception room of the mansion, and you see that there is a you're hiding in the furniture. And probably managed to get yourself behind one of the seats, and you can see that there is a massive section of well, it's not so massive. What it is that there's bits of furniture right by the wall, bits of art that are alight with flame. The boards in the window have been splintered and charred. It is from an explosion, and you see this figure flanked by. You're not from your vantage point. You can't tell how many of them there are. But you see this figure flanked by at least a couple of creatures that I will bring up some images for you guys of each of these.
I'm nervous to see this.
So this is what the creatures that.
I don't like that.
Why is it titled Torture
zombies.
Chamber?
Jesus.
I think just because that's the image that they had as best reference for these creatures.
That's what this room's going to turn into.
Dang, it will. Oh,
They look like
and
zombies,
yeah, they look like
like melted skin.
But the central figure, where is it? I will go to combat cam for everyone to see it. The central figure is a pale, long, dark-haired man wearing a red, black, and gold tunic, shoulder plates of armor, and leather greaves, and a fur-lined, or partially fur-lined cape.
Oh, yep. That's him.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
He looks like a 10 out of 10, apparently, as well. It's canonical.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, no.
This is-
Okay.
For my players, but not the characters, and for those watching and listening, that is Strahd.
Cool.
Your characters do not know that yet, though.
As an artist, I appreciate the reflection in the mirror of just the glass. Everything else, I do not appreciate.
Yeah,
I do not appreciate
is it like a mirror, like like right next to it, just like in the painting? There's like no reflection.
So there's no. He's outside. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
That alarm
one of the ghouls is holding up a mirror.
And yeah, it is his go. And he starts with, "Honey, I'm home.
Oh,
Hey,
Why don't you let me in?"
Oh god, what a fucker.
And I'm so sorry, Laura, but I rolled a natural 20 on his perception
Oh god damn it!
before. He is going to let me check. Yeah, you're probably close enough. Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw?
Okay.
use your brain cells.
Hang on. Wisdom saving throw. Oh, it's plus 0. That's a 13.
You are charmed. This figure is a trusted friend to be heeded and protected. You aren't under his control,
Yeah.
but you take his requests and actions in the most favorable way.
Okay, great. Awesome. Cool. All right. Noted. Great. This will go well.
You there. You seem like a reasonable young man.
And I guess he literally does just like stand out of where he's been hiding. Yes! Yes! How can I help?
Let me in, please. And that is his go because he can't do too much more.
Oh my god.
out of him.
Cool.
Alright. Next is Ismark, who is going to rush out into the room to see what has happened. Brandishing a longsword, and he is not armored. He's armed, but he's not armored.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's going to. Whatever you do not let him in. And he's just gonna hold his action.
Okay. Karen will just be looking between these two men, like, oh. For the rest of this round.
Yeah. Unfortunately, Strahd is your trusted friend to be heated and protected.
I know. Yeah. Oh god.
Beatrice.
Cool.
Right. So I'm still in. Beatrice is still in the room, just woken up.
Yeah.
Well, first thing she does is grab her daggers.
Okay.
And her bow.
Okay. And do you move out to the?
She moves out, but she goes slowly and carefully
So
through.
stealthily?
Stealth, yeah.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check, please.
It'll be a nat 20.
19.
19. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so that gets you out to the main room. You see everything I've described. Arena is gonna stay where she is.
Good idea.
Fall.
Stay away
is
from
your
the
go.
creep.
Fall wakes in a panic and looks very startled at what's going on. Then they will go and grab their quarterstaff.
Yeah.
There was an explosion that woke us up, wasn't it?
Yes.
Is our blanket made of pure wool?
Probably.
Oh, yes.
I'll grab it in case I need to put out any fires.
Okay.
I love fall so much.
Right.
That's great.
And so you go out into the. Are you moving stealthily?
Yes. They go to run and then they're like, oh shit, alright, stealthing time.
Yeah.
I'll roll stealth.
Yeah. Now, are you step of the winding to get that extra 15 feet in, or?
How long is it? I can go 40 feet anyway.
Oh, 40 feet base speed, so you're halved because you're moving stealthily.
Oh, okay.
So it would be presumably 20 feet for movement, 20 feet for the dash action,
Step of the wind.
and then 20 feet if you want to go step of the wind again.
Oh.
You're gonna get out to the main room either way. It's just how
Yeah.
favorable a position you can get yourself into.
I'll just do the dash action.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to use a key point yet.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, so that's 17 for stealth.
Okay. Noted. Kazir.
Hi. So, there was an explosion. I would like to investigate. I spring out of bed, I grab my mace, and I run down the hall.
Alright. Not even trying to be stealthy.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Yeah, you managed to get to the room. You see everything that I've described to everyone else.
Cool. Out of curiosity, are these weird little creature things looking like they're trying to bust through the walls? Or like crawl
Not
through?
as yet.
Okay.
Not as yet.
Then I am holding an action.
Yeah. What action are you holding?
If they try and get in, I am going to channel divinity turn undead.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you wouldn't necessarily know what kind of undead these are without a check, but you definitely
They look
recognize
decaying.
Yeah.
That's enough
You
for me.
definitely recognize
Probably
them as some
smelly.
form of undead.
Okay, cool.
So it is their go. Do they have a ranged option? No, they do not. So they're gonna stay in place. They're gonna hold an action of their own.
Oh no.
Sevia.
Okay, so she has jolted awake, seen everyone else run out of the room. But what's the sister's name again?
Arena.
Arena. And where is her room in relation to ours, in relation to all the chaos?
Her room is upstairs. Yours is downstairs towards the back of the mansion. And the chaos, judging by the sound of it, is at the front of the mansion. So by the front door.
Could I get to her room without going through the front of the mansion? Is there some like servant entrance? Is there
I would
like
say yes. Yeah.
Okay, I want to do that.
Okay.
So I'm going to go to her room and I am.
Now you notice. Are you going to try to go into her room?
Yeah.
Okay. You notice it is boarded up. Like she has blocked it from the inside.
Okay. So I am going to.
Who goes there?
It's Sevia. I'm one of the people to protect you. Please let me in.
I will. And you hear a quick. Yeah. She's not going to let you in this turn, but definitely on her next turn she'll use an action to move stuff around so that you can get in.
Yeah. And I am just going to be on I'm assuming I can't actually see what's going on.
You cannot. No.
Okay. Which also means they can't see me. So I'm just going to be prepared in case anything comes my way. Anxiously. Also, I do want it stated, I do have my spellbook, I don't have my shoes. So.
Okay. Conrad,
Priorities.
it is your go. Back at the top of the initiative.
Oh no.
Oh. Alright. Oh, you want me to let you in?
Please.
Well, of course. I mean, I feel like I've known you forever. I should always show hospitality to a friend.
Of course.
And I guess that's what he'll do, because he's charmed. Yep,
Yeah.
he opens the door for Strahd.
Yeah. And Strahd follows that up with aren't you going to invite me in? Ismark responds with, don't do it, Conrad.
But I'm charmed though. Yeah, okay. Cool.
We're not able to respond, are we?
I mean, you can if you're in the room. So everyone but
We'd also
Sevia.
just say don't do it.
Yeah.
But it would be rude not to. Of course, please come in.
Well.
Okay. Are you doing anything else on your turn?
Yes.
I mean, he thinks it's his friend, so I don't know. I guess he steps aside, come in, yeah, sure.
Is the house on
So
fire?
disengage, I guess. He's technically disengaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Come into this burning building.
It's not on fire. There are lit flames around where the explosion happened by the window. But
Exterior,
okay.
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sorry guys. There we go.
And I think we're gonna end this episode on the image of
Oh my
Oh
god!
my god, no!
stepping into the mansion.
Cue
And we're gonna open with that next session.
Cue dramatic music.
Yeah.
So the last episode ended with Full and Sevia drastically messing up, and now we got Conrad messing up, although understandably.
He had more
Children.
reason than we.
Yeah, we just goofed.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Thanks
You
for
all very much
watching.
for watching.
Yeah,
Thank
thanks
you.
for watching.
See you next week, hopefully.
See you next week. Goodbye.
Maybe.
Bye.